This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2, Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, May 24th. I'm Jeff here with my good friends Stephanie and Brandon.
Woohoo!
Looking good, guys. Have a good weekend?
It was lovely. You know what? Our beautiful studio manager, David, got married at the weekend.
Ooh.
And I went to his wedding reception. So
I totally forgot about that.
Congratulations. He's not in the studio because of COVID restrictions, but I think he's coming back in the near future. So
David, my buddy, I totally forgot. I was supposed to go to that.
I had an excuse. My aunts were in town, so.
I had a baby party.
Okay.
All right, I got some gift buying to do, I guess. All right, well, say goodbye to zooming into award shows. Last night, Billboard Music Awards was full of live performances, finally, and acceptance speeches. Pink stunned everyone with this amazing aerial performance, and that's her 9-year-old daughter, Willow, with her. She also performed a medley of her hits and picked up the Icon Award, deservingly. Look at that. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Drake brought his son Adonis on stage to receive his award for Artist of the Decade, but it was a bit too much for the 3-year-old who burst into tears at the end. Very real moment right there. I like that. And The Weeknd found redemption after being snubbed by the Grammys and picked up 10 awards, including Top Artist and Top Male Artist. Country singer Morgan Wallen won 3 trophies, including Top Country Artist and Top Country Album. Morgan was banned from attending the show after he was caught on camera using the N-word back in February. So I guess my first question, and maybe people at home, how could he receive this award?
So this award ceremony is different to things like the Grammys, etc., where there's like an academy or like a board and they can discuss between themselves. So the Billboard Awards are based solely on the radio plays, the album sales, the Billboard charts. So these come down.
Numbers.
This comes down solely to the proven numbers and record sales. So that's how he still managed to get involved in this.
That makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know. I mean, because there's not one person to say he cannot receive these awards. It's strictly numbers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, even as the black man, I'm going to say don't give him a Grammy or don't give him a Billboard Music Award because he said the N-word. I am not his base. I don't listen to his music. Obviously, if he won the award, people still do listen to his music. If I see him on the streets, we'll have words, you know, or whatever. But if he has good music, then absolutely, you know, I really don't care, you know, and it's not about that to me when it comes to that. But the moment of the night to me,
give it to me.
Oh my gosh, Miss Alicia Keys, because this was the 25-year anniversary of when she came out with her the album Dire Songs of A Minor, and she broke down on 4 different pianos.
Crazy.
And what had me was the one, 'cause a real one was a real woman when you see her. That takes you back. Absolutely takes you back. So that was my highlight of the night. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's such a turn on for me. Not like, I don't want to get weird or anything, but like when someone has so much talent, it's attractive.
Yeah.
It's attractive. And when she does that with all the keyboards and stuff, pretty attractive.
She deserves it. She's
she does.
And
Absolutely.
Pink too, and the little girl.
Oh,
9 years old,
crazy.
doing that performance.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Pink likes to do that aerial stuff.
Would you have a moment like that with your sons?
I think my son would be more like Drake's when they cry on stage. That would be more my speed. All right, guys, we have another Bennifer sighting for you. That's right, new week, new Bennifer story. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez were spotted together in Miami, where J-Lo is currently working. So according to TMZ, Ben flew out to meet up with his old flame yesterday. Here's a closer look at the couple. As you can see, J-Lo is all smiles, and as we mentioned, they were also spotted together in Montana earlier this month. So listen, I'll be the first to say I didn't think this was a real thing, and it seems like it's a real thing.
I mean, all the stars are aligning. Bennifer's back. The 2000s are back. I'm here for it. You know what she also did, which I think was like a little thing towards Ben too, is she posted on Instagram the other day. Remember when she had that I'm still Jenny from the Block, all those songs. So she had those when she was with him, and she was posting them saying like, I'm feeling really good, feeling back about myself. So I think she's like saying, I'm here for this relationship. We just need the pink diamond to be back on the finger. I'm living for this. It's giving me life.
Brandon's not here for it.
Because we've seen this story about, what, 50 different times already. J-Lo gets a boyfriend. They get a nickname. They get hyped up all over the media. We spend all our time talking about it, watching their TikTok dances and all that. A year later, 6 months later, it's over.
Why
don't
can't
get your hopes up.
Happy for them?
I am happy. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up.
They were engaged. They were like the hottest thing from 2002 to 2004. I'm here for it. I love J-Lo. I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Affleck, but we'll leave that for whatever. If she's happy, I'm here for it.
That's your boy.
That is my boy. So watch that, Stephanie.
Well, she's my girl, so.
Ooh.
She's the one who's working. He's the one who's following her around like a little lost puppy, so.
Oh, we'll follow up on that later in the week. We'll have more
on
benefit
that.
for you.
I need to call him.
Get him on the horn and see what's up. All right, Demi says, complimenting someone's weight can be triggering. This is Demi Lovato we're talking about, who came out as non-binary last week. She posted a lengthy message on her Instagram over the weekend saying, mentioning someone's weight loss is just as harmful as saying they have gained weight. Adding, quote, if you don't know someone's history with food, please don't comment on their body. Mm-hmm. Listen, I don't agree with this at all.
Why?
I think because if someone works hard and you know that, I don't just walk down the street. If I don't know somebody, I'm not going to comment on anything because I didn't know their weight before. If someone comes into work and they look great, I'm going to say, hey, you look great.
Yeah, but you just said if I walk down the street, well, you don't know those people, so you're not going to know if they've lost weight, put on weight,
exactly,
whatever. But you got to think, in some cases, I've had friends that have been bulimic, they've been anorexic, and if people have said to them they're looking, let's say, better or they've lost weight, that can trigger them to not eat and make themselves sick even more, because then they want to keep up with that image. Then they think people are saying they look good, so it inspires them to keep going down that path, which can be so dangerous if you've got an eating disorder, you know?
This is why I keep my circle of friends small, because I can't judge everyone what they think in their minds. If someone looks great and they come over to my house, I'm gonna say, hey buddy, you look great. That's what I'm gonna say.
But I think that's obviously is so fair to say, and I understand that, and that is generally, you know, you want to compliment people, and if someone's looking good and you know they've been trying really hard or whatever, I completely get that. But I'm only saying that from literally some of my friends, and they've told me like a year or something later when they've had help, and they said, oh, you know what, during that time this is the reality, and I had no idea. I had no idea that they were going through that. I was really surprised. So that's where I am saying, you know.
So I started on your side, but now I agree with you, Stephanie, because now just think when we talk about the Lizzos, and we basically what you're saying, or not you personally, what you're saying is it's like we're equating someone's size to their health. In that sense, you know, like if you're skinny, oh, you look great. You know, what if someone did have some pounds on them, but we're still healthy in that sense, you know, like a bigger person.
If someone was 500 pounds and they got down to 300 pounds, I'd say you look great.
Yeah. Congratulations on that, on your weight loss journey, because that person could still be going. But I know people that are just bigger stature to where it's like, hey, even if that person was to lose 50 pounds, I'd be like, could there be something going on? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm not trying to use that image.
I get what you guys are saying, but there's got to be a line that you got to draw as a person.
I'm guilty of it too. We talk about.
I'm not guilty of anything. I'm saying I'm complimenting you. Now I have to be guilty of that?
Well, no, like you think like we look at Adele, for instance, and we were like, go Adele, she's got a revenge body. And then we talk about obviously like Rebel Wilson and her weight loss, and we're saying how amazing they look, you know?
Well, listen, I've gained some weight over COVID. When I come in and I drop that 10 pounds, you better tell me I look good.
We got it.
You got it?
We got it.
Still gonna have the cheekbones?
Yeah, they're gonna come in even sharper.
All right, then.
And then when you guys come in looking all messy, I'm gonna not say anything. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with actor Jaleel White, who rose to fame as the quirky Steve Urkel on Family Matters. And Stephanie's got a style breakdown of the hottest looks at the Billboard Music Awards. You don't want to miss it.
Closed captioning provided by
If you own cryptocurrency, you've been on a roller coaster lately. Take Bitcoin. In mid-April, it rose to over $60,000 per coin. But at one point in May, it dropped in half. And similar drops have happened with other crypto, like Ethereum. Even Dogecoin, an internet meme favorite, had its prices tumble. And with so much misinformation spreading online, let's verify what's behind those big ups and downs. Here are sources.
Cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile.
James Angel from Georgetown University.
Human behaviors are just really hard to predict.
And Will Kong from Cornell University. So why did the price of these cryptocurrencies drop so quickly?
Part of it is just the madness of crowds.
Angel explains that this is a highly speculative market. That's because unlike a stock in a company where you could look under the hood at their profits or losses, it's a little more complicated with cryptocurrency, where it's hard to know what exactly it's worth.
The price of Bitcoin is really a speculation on what other people are willing to pay for it at some point in the future.
And that makes cryptocurrencies incredibly volatile. And there could be big swings in the market based on a news event or perhaps a tweet from an influential person. In the last couple weeks, we've had both of those happen. On Wednesday, Chinese regulators announced restrictions on cryptocurrency. And on May 12th, Elon Musk sent out this tweet announcing that Tesla would no longer collect Bitcoin due to environmental concerns.
It's very much self-fulfilling, at least over the short term. If everyone believes Bitcoin is worth nothing and they take actions of selling Bitcoins, the price could drop to zero.
So we can verify that our experts say it's human behavior that's behind all these ups and downs. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Welcome back to DBL. The stars were out in full force on the Billboard Music Awards red carpet. Stephanie has more on the fashion hits and misses.
Yeah, well, Jeff, the BMAs were all about plunging necklines and pops of colour. So, Pink really lived up to her name with this bright pink gown. She paired it with matching chandelier-style earrings, and her two kids, 9-year-old Willow and her 4-year-old son Jameson. How cute are they? I'm loving it. And Alicia Keys also stunned in a pink crop top and matching trousers. She finished off the look with an epic pink wrap. And then there was Megan Fox. She wore this daring cutout dress with her bow Machine Gun Kelly. And show host Nick Jonas decided to go all green with an oversized jacket, silk green shirt, and green trousers.
You never know.
You never know. And check out Doja Cat's black and white striped ensemble with those oversized sleeves. So some people weren't sure what to make of it, and they even compared her outfit to Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice character. So what do you guys think? Was she a hit or a miss?
She looks great.
I like the Beetlejuice reference, though. It's pretty funny.
I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
I'm seeing a lot of women wearing bell bottoms again now. So bell bottoms are back in now.
This is so sad because I love skinny jeans so much. All my jeans are skinny jeans, and they're really uncool now, apparently.
No way.
I know, it's so sad. So flares, or like, you know, the more boyfriend jeans, or like boot cut, anything
Those
else.
are back?
Yeah.
It's only been like, oh, maybe it has been a while.
It's been a long
20
time.
years.
I've been wearing skinny jeans since like my teen years. So
quick question.
I'm not going to give them up, though. No way.
Do you like the fashion at the Grammys or the fashion at the Billboard Music Awards?
The Grammys.
Really? No, I feel like the Billboard Music Awards has more life to it. When it comes to the Grammys, it's too structured.
I like that. I like that because I like seeing. I feel like they dress more to the Billboard Awards more like a music video, whereas at the Grammys it's more like avant-garde, or it's more, you know, custom couture, and we see more diamonds and extravagance, whereas this looks like...
Would you say this is more personal to them, like showing their own personal style?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. And I think, like, when we saw Machine Gun Kelly and his gorgeous beau, Megan Fox, looking fabulous. I mean, she wore a very, I don't know if we've still got it or not, but, like, she wore a very cut-out dress, very Kim Kardashian.
Do you like Machine Gun Kelly's look?
You know what? So he wore his shirt completely unbuttoned, and his whole torso is tattooed. But what surprised me more was when he opened his mouth. I don't know if he's tattooed his tongue or not, but it was black.
He might have. We got to get
don't know.
The
get
kids
our people on that.
Kids are doing weird things these days.
They look good together. They look really happy. Oh, I just got told he just coloured it. It wasn't a tattoo, but it looked a bit scary.
He just coloured it for the Billboard Music Awards.
Yeah, there you go. That's showing his personal style, a black tongue.
All right, there you go. There you go. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with actor Jaleel White from Family Matters, who's ready to laugh. That's coming up next.
We all know. The
restaurant industry was hit hard by the pandemic. According to some estimates, 17% of all restaurants in this country either closed permanently or long-term after COVID hit. Now that restrictions are easing, people are ready to go out to eat again. Both Yelp and OpenTable report surging numbers. But according to the metrics, things aren't just returning to normal. In some places, restaurants are actually attracting more customers now than they did pre-pandemic. While some of that is attributed to people wanting to get out after being cooped up, it's not the only reason. Industry experts also credit customers with money to spend after saving cash last year. Plus, some restaurants have more room after being forced to expand, especially when it came to outdoor dining. Also, there is more turnover. Restaurants report customers are not lingering like they used to, freeing up more tables. But this restaurant recovery is not countrywide. Industry watchers say cities known for their dining scenes like New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco are not doing as well as cities like Houston, Las Vegas, and Miami, where restaurants are seeing more customers than before the pandemic.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, we sat down with Jaleel White, who brought Steve Urkel to life on the hit 90s show Family Matters. Now he's running a cannabis and lifestyle brand that pays homage to his iconic character. We talked with him earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Jaleel, you belong on this panel. Yes, you do. So we hear a lot from people who worked on set that no one understands the immense work it took to bring Steve Urkel to life. Can you paint a clearer picture of the effort that was put into a single episode?
Look, I'm not going to act like we were, curing diseases or anything, but we were. They were 4-day work weeks, and it was probably tougher for the kids because we always had school. So I don't think people realize that we always arrived to the set probably about 3 hours earlier than everybody, so that we could start with school. But as far as the character itself, I just did a lot of physical things that I did to maintain, like. Pretty much at the end of every last episode, my barber would be right on set, standing in the wings to give me an updated hairstyle, because I would wear that box top fade on purpose because I wanted that to be the character. So from staying out of the gym when I was in high school, which is what all the fellas were doing. They were pumping iron, they were getting stronger. I'm like, dude, if I start looking like my dad, I'm not gonna make no money next year. This is great. So there's a lot of things that I did personally to maintain the integrity of the character that unfortunately at times would kind of retard my own personal growth.
Well, you know what, man, I actually, me, you, Burt Kreischer, my buddy Dave Williamson did a podcast in El Segundo about 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember talking to you. Yes. Yeah, man, it's good to see you again, man. Dude, I remember you speaking so just honestly about how the cast at Family Matters treated you. And I thought they'd be cool with you, but they did not give you a warm welcome when you joined the show. What do you think that was that caused that?
No, I was not welcome in the beginning, and I do not mince words when it comes to that. I definitely give the kids who are like my brothers and sisters now a pass, because a lot of their feelings that were projected towards me were really just a reflection of things they were hearing by adults. So ultimately, though, by the time we reached season 3 and 4, we really became a very close-knit family. They grew, and I grew, and we grew together.
Speaking of co-stars, Jaleel, we just shot The Great Inheritance together. Do you remember that?
I was wondering if you were going to play it cool. I'm like, hey, man, you were my first COVID job.
It was a great time. I had a great time working with you. No, I wanted to make it like a little surprise here. But you also talked to me about Family Matters, all the behind-the-scenes stuff at lunch one day. I thought it was fascinating. But do you yourself, like when people come up to you in the streets and they're like, hey, it's Urkel, does that bother you at all?
Over the years, you come to hear someone's tone. And, you know, if you're at a bar and there's 3 guys in the corner that are having a tough time attracting some female attention, and they want to say, hey, it's Urkel, that's coming from a different place. If it's a grandmother that's 60, 70 years old, and she just wants to pinch my cheeks, and she says, oh, it's Urkel, that's coming from a different place. And even now, with my new brand, It's Purple, you know, if people say, hey, it's Urkel, I had some of that last night, they talk about something else.
Yes. Oh my God. So I know we're having a lot of fun, but we also, as you learned from our show, we do take some hard turns. We also like to address some serious matters here. You made news by addressing your relationship with Bill Cosby for the first time since his sentencing. You said he's paying the appropriate price. Why wait until now to finally speak out about this?
I don't have a dog in the fight at all when it comes to Mr. Cosby. I will say that when I was young, he was a mentor to me, and he had a very big impact on my representation at a particular point in my life. So it's tough for people like myself, like Raven Simone, or the children who grew up on that show who are now full-grown adults, Keisha, Malcolm, and even myself, who had, you know, our childhoods were affected by this man. Cancel culture says you will not talk about him, you will not address him, you will not even discuss the impact that he had on your life. That's not fair to us at all. That's not fair to the legacies that we have. And so I always just like to put it in a proper context. When I talk about Mr. Cosby, I am not condoning his actions at all, but there are other stories to be told about how Mr. Cosby affected a lot of people's lives.
All right, well, Jaleel, I'd like to talk about It's Purple.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Hey.
Yes. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Now, we heard that there's a funny story behind the inspiration for your company. Can you tell us about that real quick?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, so first of all, I always like to get it out there that my company's name is It's Purple. It's not the Purple Urkel Company or anything like that. But for pretty much 15 years or even longer, there was a strain of cannabis that was named after my character's name. And other makers of accessories would take my likeness directly from the show and just put it on rolling trays and trucker hats and T-shirts. And so I would have friends and family that would send me screenshots of this stuff nationwide in dispensaries everywhere. You know, always, you know, hey, you getting any money off of this? And I was like, look, man, that's on the other side of the fence. I can't touch that at all. Now, listen, you get to be about 30 years old and you're on ski trips in Aspen with your boys, you know, you're going to partake. But the two were separate, you know, and then as things started to become more and more legal here in California in particular, it just became obvious that it was like, hey, if I don't do anything about this, those guys are going to start selling a lot more rolling trays.
To our viewers out there, you can learn more by heading to itspurple.com or find them on Instagram. Jaleel, thank you so much.
Jaleel, we're going to get you back when the movie comes out.
Yes, we are.
100%.
We'll be right back.
Hey,
thank you,
give me
Jaleel.
back, Jeff. Give me back, man. We had a good time. We get to talk about us.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Kids under 12 can't get vaccinated against COVID-19 yet, but there are still ways to have a fun and safe summer. Let's connect the dots. Vaccines for children under 12 are not expected to be approved until the fall. While young children are less likely to get severe cases of coronavirus, they can still get sick. So experts are sharing what activities are okay to do this summer if you have young kids. No matter what you do, your child should always wear a mask while out in public. This is especially true if you choose to travel. Experts recommend double masking on planes and choosing shorter flights. If you're headed to the neighborhood pool, they of course can't wear a mask while swimming, but the risk is low outdoors. Indoor play dates with other kids are fine as long as the group stays small. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for a security alert sponsored by Lifelock. So there's been an increase in scams targeting online shoppers. The most common scam involves pop-up ads advertising an item that's marked down much lower than the actual price on the site. That's a red flag, and always look for the HTTPS in the website link. The S stands for secure, which means you can trust it. When it comes to your financial assets, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more.
Online shopping scams are really real right now. So I've been on Instagram before, and I've seen different websites that say they're selling different clothes and dresses, and they look really good. And then when you look on the comments, here's 2 tips I have. One, if you look in the comments and read what people are saying, a lot of people say they've not received their orders, they've not had any responses. So that's a good tip, because I've nearly been called out by that before and been really disappointed. And number 2 is if they've turned off their comments and they're a clothing store, that's a red flag. Because why would they turn off their comments if it was real? The reason they've turned it off is because people are complaining. So watch out for those things if you're on Facebook or Instagram shopping.
You know what else you could do? Get LifeLock. Oh, sold that. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.